Please welcome our first guest. He is an actor whose credits include Dr. Stone, Dragon Ball Super, and Black Clover. Today he joins us to talk about the precognitive Sir Nighteye. Please welcome Brandon McInnis. Next, he is an actor whose credits include 5 Nights at Freddy's, League of Legends, and One Piece. Today he joins us to discuss the role of the deconstructive Overhaul. Please welcome the always affable Kellen Goff!
Oh, geez. A lot of you.
Next,
Sorry.
She is an actress whose credits include Fairy Tail, Attack on Titan, and Steins Gate. Today she joins us to discuss giving voice to the auditorially advanced hearing hero, Earphone Jack. Please welcome Trina and Nishimura! Next, please welcome to the stage. He is an actor, director, and engineer whose body of work includes One Piece, Fire Force, and several Dragon Ball series. Today he joins us to discuss the role of the hardening Red Riot. Please welcome Justin Cook! And finally, he is a veteran voice actor whose credits include Attack on Titan, Fairy Tail, Captain Harlock. Today he is here as the voice of the thermodynamic Shoto Todoroki. Please welcome David Matranga!
Thermodynamic, I like that.
Yeah, you know, I think it sort of fits it. Hi guys, welcome to Raleigh. Welcome back for some of you. Maybe some of you's the first time. How y'all doing?
Good. Yeah, it's great to be here. It's my first time.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Again, some of you I've hosted in person, or we've done the virtual stuff as it is too. But for our audience that may not know, I'd like to just take it back a little bit. How did your casting come about for these roles that you have in My Hero? That's why you're wearing a mask.
Yeah, this is why I auditioned for My Hero. I typically, pre-pandemic, there's sometimes we're auditions in person, sometimes we're recording them from home. For me, for this one, just luck of the draw, I was there at the studio already, so Colleen invited me in. I had worked with Colleen, who's the dub director, as well as Yayarozu. I'd worked with her on a couple of other things, anime titles before. And she called me in. I think I read for, you read for different characters. I read for All Might and Deku, Aizawa, Todoroki, Bakugo. And yeah, I got Todoroki and I'm really, really grateful.
I think the audience is too.
Yeah, it's a rinse, wash, repeat of what he just said, except for I didn't get Todoroki. But I got Kirishima, which was awesome! I will say that I think it's pretty hilarious how, now that several of us have held these characters for a while, some of us, exhibit certain little personality traits that seem to kind of reflect some of the characters, which that I think was just inspired casting from.
The question is it's a chicken and egg thing. Is it like the characters like influenced you, or were you already sort of, were there similarities from the beginning, you know?
So, yeah, that's been real fun to see, especially with Cliff.
Cliff plays Bakugo.
Yeah, he just screams at me all the time now in real life. I'm like, dude, you're not in the booth. There's no microphone.
I don't care! Die!
So I was actually traveling when I auditioned for My Hero Academia. I was staying in a hotel room and I recorded my auditions from the closet of the hotel room. But there's a lot of screaming in My Hero Academia, so there's a lot of screaming in the
Don't
auditions.
say.
I know, right? So after I recorded a couple characters, security came up to the room and was like, "Go, go, go! Are you okay? Is everything okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine." And they were like, "Somebody said they're screaming in here." I was like, "I don't know what they're talking about." That's crazy. And they were like, "Do we need to come in?" I was like, "You're welcome to. I mean, it's just me in here. Nothing's happening." They were like, we heard, they said that there were different, like a child screaming and a woman screaming, and I was like, "I don't know anything about that."
You got a whole family up there.
Yeah.
We heard All Might screaming in here? Like, what is...
Yeah, so that's how I auditioned for My Hero Academia, and then I sent in my characters that I chose to audition for. I chose to audition for 3 different characters, and then Colleen sent me, she sent Jiro back, and she was like, I want you to audition for Jiro, and I was like, is it because she's wearing a leather jacket, and I own lots of leather jackets? And she's like, well, you're the person I borrow leather jackets from, so yes.
I think my experience might be just a little different because I don't originate from Texas. I'm from Los Angeles, which, yeah, a bit different. I had done a panel with Colleen Clickenbeard at one of these actually when it was still SuperCon. And I think we hit it off because she asked for details. And then a year later, I got the email asking me to audition for Overhaul and for Mirai. No, not Mirai. Sun Eater. And I did both, and Colleen came back and she was like, use the character you used for Sun Eater for Overhaul, because Overhaul I originally embodied Steve Bloom a little bit, and so that would have been a very different Overhaul. But because I had just come back from a convention with Concrete, I had contracted bronchitis. So I sort of used that to my advantage a little bit and gruffed up the Sun Eater, and that's what she ended up liking. And we recorded from LA for a little bit of it, but I did fly in for some episodes, and that's how I really met all of you for the first time, I think. And yeah, you're like another family now. Yeah.
Remember the good old days when all we had to worry about was Concrete? Yeah, those were good times.
I know.
Good days, good days. So I was traveling as well, and I was at a con, and I just made a blanket for me. Just the comforter goes over as like all of us have done before. But the auditions I got were season 4. It was Overhaul, and I think I read for Overhaul, Mirio, and Sun Eater. And yeah, and then she came back and she was like, "Hey, can you do the Overhaul one again, but like flatten it out?" I was like, "What? Oh, okay." I had no idea. She's like, "Okay." And then I went in to record for Sir Nighteye, and I was like, "Colleen, why me?" She's like, Well, I was a software engineer for like 9 years, right? She's like, give me your best, like, in a project meeting software engineer voice. And I was like, okay. That idea would be great if we wouldn't go horrendously over budget.
That's perfect.
Love that.
That's perfect.
That works it. Do any of you fallen to the temptation to read the manga ahead of time?
I had to know where it was going. It was such a weird, setup. It's like, how long is this plan going to carry out? So I need to know the whole thing back to front. And I'm kind of glad I did, because I got a sense of Chisaki's motivations beforehand, so that informed some of the earlier episodes before we really knew what he was about. Like, I learned that he was an orphan and taken in by the mafia as a kid, and this whole thing was some messed up way to repay his dad figure for the kindness bestowed on him. So everything sort of came from that desperation from then on, and how my mission was better than yours, and I'm better than you, and I'm sorry again.
No, it's great. The character, yes, the character. I read ahead. Yeah.
Cheater.
I don't read it, but whenever someone asks me if I have, I say, "Tell me everything you know." Because I like to know, I know sort of where we are to the latest volume. I like to know what's happening. I don't want to get so specific with it that I get attached to something, so I tend to, I'm starting to read more manga, so I may go back and start reading all of it because I'm getting into reading more manga, but I haven't read it as of yet. But I do love all the spoilers, so come tell me what's going on.
Fair. Everybody else avoids it?
I'm like David. I don't read the manga because exactly, I don't want to get attached to the way something was written, or and more to the point with English manga, the way it was translated. So it may be translated slightly different. Also, I hate the idea that in my head I might have the thought, oh, they didn't do this as well as they did it in the manga. Like, what right do... No! So I kind of watch it the first time, seeing it live on screen in front of me, and let that kind of be that magic moment. Like David, though, I do like to know, like, does Kirishima have another thing? So, whoa! So tell me spoilers.
I do not read the manga, but I do not want to know any spoilers ever. Please never tell me any spoilers.
Thank you for being a good girl. There you go.
I got a treat. Well, it's hot. It's nice, right?
There you go. What's the best memory you've all taken from being a part of the My Hero experience?
What's that?
What's the best memory you've all taken from being a part of the My Hero cast?
The best part.
The best part?
Best memory or best part that's been being a part of all this?
I've got one. I guess I assume we've all seen the show, right? There's gonna be a big spoiler. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but too bad. So there's a big scene at the end, like the end of like Sir Nightheye's time in season 4, between him and Mirio, and it's the big hospital scene, and it's the ooh, sad. You can say it. You can together. Thank you. Excellent. Well. For those of you who've seen it, I assume most of you, the first time I heard Rico Fajardo, the wonderful Rico, who is just Mirio, right? I think we all saw that character and we were like, well, that's Rico. Yeah. Like, that has to be Rico. It's just Rico. The first time I heard him say the line, "Please don't leave me," was milliseconds before I had to open my mouth to deliver my lines as Sir Nighteye, trying to reassure him, you're going to be a great hero, you're going to be the greatest hero the world's ever seen, blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to contain my reaction emotionally to Rico, which is great. I mean, that's what happens in real life. You're trying not to cry is the best way to cry. And so I'm just choked up. You hear my voice like choke, and it makes all these nasty sounds because I'm like barely keeping it together. And they kept it. But I was in a state, and Alexis Tipton was directing that day, which was great because we've done a lot of scene work together in like really intense emotional situations. She's like, "Stay there, Brandon. Stay there. Just stay there." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, like this." And so I finished the scene. I'm like, "I need a drink." And she's like, "Yes, let's go out, grab some tea or something." And I'm there in the break nook in the old building, and I'm just sitting there. And who turns the corner but Rico, who had just recorded the scene prior to me. And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and we just walked to each other and just hugged, said nothing, and then just walked on. And we're like, "Oh, that was good." So that's my memory from recording in my hand.
Hey, yeah.
Bark.
Yeah, you got the preemptive gift before any of our stories, so you won that one.
Who's got another one?
I mean, Overhaul was like my first ever big anime part, period. So
Really?
Yeah. Before that, all I was really known for was Five Nights at Freddy's. And I guess still for Funtime Freddy. Thank you. But Colleen believed in me, and just it all sort of hit me when I first got to, like, I had been in an anime booth before. I'd done bits and pieces here and there, but it really hit when I first got in there, and she. I don't know what she said, but it was to the effect of like, "Nobody did this like you." It was perfect. It was like right before the session, so I'm like, "Are you trying to get what takes out of me? Is that what you want?" He can't be crying while he's looking at the people he just killed. Not yet. So, it was a really sweet moment. I still look back on it like you know how when you look back on your life and there's like pictures to emphasize the chapter, I'd still look at my time in that booth as one of those checkpoints. So yeah, first session.
Give him a treat.
I am. I'm coming.
That's sweet.
There you go,
Thank
man.
you.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like sour. I like sour things.
In this, you're good.
Hey.
It works. Just takes a little energy. Now, yeah, I have a favorite scene. It was the scene that I kind of fell in love with Kirishima's character, which is at the end of season 3. It's the scene between him and Sue, where she kind of confronts him for putting her in a position to lie. He feels so horrible about it, apologizes, and that whole moment there. To me, that was kind of the moment where I really kind of figured out, oh, I get where this guy comes from. Like, absolutely, that was like the key unlock. Now the entire character's out of shadow for me, as it were. So that was that moment for me.
There's so many moments for me. I mean, like, it ranges from getting to know all of the actors that have been in this show. Everyone's so phenomenal and just so great for their roles. So just getting to be a part of a family like that with this show, and also how much the show impacts you guys and is a huge impact on me. It's kind of like a symbiotic sort of relationship where, you know, we feel a lot of responsibility to bring our best to the scenes because we know how much it means to people, and it ends up, you know, so those things are general things. One that's more specific, when we were doing the Todoroki Origins episode, you know, typically when you see some of the flashbacks of childhood and you see his mom, things like that, typically in anime, you know, you jump from, like when I go to record, I jump from a Todoroki scene to a Todoroki scene wherever I'm speaking, right? Or wherever there's a reaction. You don't watch the whole thing in the booth, you don't, you know, typically. But for some reason, and it was kind of like a organic thing, it just kind of happened, we just kept playing some of the stuff in preview in the Japanese, and so I was watching stuff where there was the young Todoroki or where there was Endeavor and Mom, and notice I said Endeavor and not Dad. Anyway, I don't know how that happened, but watching that through and then jumping into the performance was really, really powerful, and it kind of just happened, and we had the time to do it, and so it was a unique kind of recording session, so it always sticks out, and it was powerful, so yeah.
I think my favorite, most memorable moments concerning My Hero Academia is exactly what David said, just getting to know people. Like, I never knew this guy. I almost said something like that.
I think I'm a guy.
You're a guy. But yeah, and meeting all of the amazing fans, seeing all the amazing cosplay, hearing how it affects, how the show has affected people's lives. I mean, it's super special and really important to me to be told how amazing I am. No, it's super special.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
You say it too.
Obviously, you're.
You're amazing.
Yeah, no, it's been
you
really,
get a
it's been
treat.
really, really.
I got Ben.
What happened? Your treat? It's been really, really special, and I'm incredibly grateful, incredibly humbled, and I'm really excited to be here. And every time I go to a convention, and people are like, I can't believe I'm meeting you. I'm like, I can't believe you want to meet me. That's so nice. Yeah, so very grateful, very humbled, and eternally grateful.
And we are so grateful to all of you. And again, I've said this before, this show is so important to so many people. And one thing that I really love about My Hero is that being in the convention for such a long time, fandoms kind of stick to their own lanes. My Hero has made anime fans explore standard Western superhero genres, and it's made superhero fans of Western genres get into anime. You guys have really broken that wall down. So I thank you guys for all your talents, I thank you for your professionalism, and I thank you for the performances you brought to these roles.
Thank you very much. And I'll just throw a shout out to Horikoshi as well. Like, you know,
You hear that?
Horikoshi, the creator, you know, it's an amazing creation, so.
Absolutely.
You hear that? Pay us, Marvel. We did your work for you.
All right, what am I doing? We'll go on to our audience. but before we do, real quick, this is the eternal My Hero Academia panel question, so let's get it out of the way. If you could pick your own quirk, what would it be?
I would be able to manifest tacos, whatever kind of tacos. Like at any moment. Like right now, I would want some Baja fish tacos with a nice vinegar slaw on corn tortillas.
We have an ongoing debate with this guy about tacos. Now, what was your point again about tacos?
Hot dog is a taco.
A hot dog is a taco? Is that what you said?
That's his theory.
Hot dog is taco.
It's also
This
a
is like
sandwich.
an equation of some kind.
I disagree.
But where's the tortilla?
I thought they said in your butt.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to have a special panel on that next year, so we'll get to work on that. So, all right.
What's the
Great.
quirk?
Who's got a quirk?
Yeah, what's your
And if anyone wants to come on up and line up right around here.
So if I had a quirk, just FYI, it would be able to cause any room to be about 68 degrees.
Oh, that's good. Which would come in really handy right now.
That's going to be my quirk. HVAC repairman.
So I don't know. My brain just filters through all kind. Whenever I hear that question, my brain goes through like 15 different iterations of quirks, and some of them I can't say out loud, and some of them. And then what happens, and this happens to me just in general, and then I forget all of them, and I have no answer. The one that I don't know why, but that sticks with me is that I would love sort of like an imagination quirk in a way that I could image something, imagine it, see all the detail, see relationships, see the climate, every little detail, and then be in that. And take people with me, and so, yeah, I would love that. Imagineer, yes.
Imagineer, oh, that's good. Mine would be portals. Like, I want to go to Japan. Let's go.
Yeah. Portals. Portals.
I would love to control electricity because there's more applications to it than people realize. The brain is just electricity, right?
Yeah.
So that could be mind control.
Okay.
And then electricity goes through the body control. Electricity can power stuff, depower stuff. You send electrical signals around to. Like look at what electric eels do. There's a lot of science to it. I want to get to the line, but electric. It is a bit OP. That's why I chose it. But I would also love to lower the room temperature. That'd be nice.
Well, there you have it. I like Josh Greeley's answer for this one. He wants the quirk to insert a USB connection perfectly every time.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's such an
Brittany
envy.
Karbowski also has a really good one, but yeah.
Yeah, very good. Well, thank you for indulging my capricious curiosity. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Emma. I want to know, do y'all have like a favorite line that you've ever said throughout the entire show?
A goal without a plan is nothing but a wish. It makes sense. If there wasn't bad undertones with the specific usage, then it would be on a motivational poster, I feel like.
Hey Midoriya, what are you, All Might's secret love child?
This one, because it makes a lot of fans not like us, Sir Nighteye at the beginning. All Might chose wrong after all. Mirai should have inherited the power.
Brutal.
Is if you could be any other My Hero character, who would you be?
For a day, if you could Freaky Friday with any of the voice actors, if I could be Kaminari for a day, I'd be happy. Yeah, I'd be a happy boy.
Like if the question's posed in like a body swap episode, right?
Yeah,
a
right.
quirk comes in and switches, yeah, like you said, Freaky Fridays, everything. I think it would just be hilarious for Tetsu and Kirishima to switch. And it'd just be so let down that it's kind of the same quirk.
Yeah, I just want to be Mineta, you know? Just for like an hour, see how much, hate I can take.
I was totally gonna say Mineta too.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's cool. Mineta's awesome.
I think it'd be hilarious to see Sir Nighteye swap with Mountain Lady.
Yes.
Thank you
There
for
you
your
have it.
question.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Maddie, and if being a hero didn't work out for the characters, what do you think their day job would be?
If being a hero didn't work out for your characters, what do you think their day job would be?
Rockstar.
An accountant, and not the fun kind.
Nurse.
What is it? What is it?
Nurse.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with like psychotherapist. Yeah.
I think Kirishima would be a really good school counselor.
Oh,
Like a high school counselor.
yes! I would be like, can I go to the counselor?
You're gonna be fine.
I need some positive reinforcement.
Yeah, great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Madison. So, I'm sure all of you know about the fandom. I know you know about Icy Thought. But I want to know...
Yes, I do.
What
Yes, I do.
is the ship that terrifies you the most?
The what?
The ship that terrifies you.
Terrifies.
The shipping question. What ship?
Who is the scariest possible couple combination, even if it's just for a couple of hours?
I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of questions like that you stumped them. That's a good one.
You know,
You get two.
I do have an answer to this question. It is not exactly the answer that you're looking for. Nor is it funny. So if you'll excuse me, somebody get my soapbox. I think that it is really incredible and really strange and very odd that we have any sort of platform or literal stage to speak on. And I am very careful, especially in the times that we live in now. Personally, I think it's really important to use that platform in whatever way is the most responsible and inclusive, says the girl holding the fan, right? But I think that for me personally to say like one ship is better or worse or right or wrong is not appropriate. I think that love is love is love, and whatever you choose, and that's your choice. Soapbox over. No questions.
And I think
We're getting another treat.
we all watch the show in any media or anything that we consume right through our own lens, and sometimes that lens we don't even know what that lens, we haven't identified even maybe what that lens is, right? Because it's just always been the way that we view the world. So I think it's fascinating that people feel so passionately about one ship or another. I think it really speaks directly to how you're viewing the show, and that's awesome, right? I mean, you get to have your own interpretation, your own experience. So yeah, I never want to like step on that for anybody, or and in fact, this is my honest answer, and it's kind of, I guess, a lame answer, but I really have absolutely zero opinions on ships. Like, I actually don't even think about it. You know what I mean? So that's my real answer. But I think we should be, sometimes people are mean to other people online about ships. I think we should not do that, I think we should be accepting of it, but yeah.
Honestly, the voting industry will never recover. I'm sorry, I've misunderstood this entire ship conversation.
Oh, right. You went with the ship joke.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I guess No, the thing is, like with Kirishima, and I've said this before too, these are all high school kids. I have no investment for them to be shipping with anybody.
Right.
And from like an attitude point of view, most of them haven't even figured themselves out yet. So,
I mean, the only judgmental thing I'll say right now is that I don't know if Todoroki's in any way, shape, or form ready for a relationship.
not gonna go well.
Yeah, he's got some stuff to work on.
The scariest part is the hormones, really.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Question.
sure Overhaul hates any kind of touching, so my headcanon is that he's ace. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, rock on. I love that.
Thank you. That took us
Thank
to
you.
some very interesting places. Thank you again.
Thanks for opening up that discussion, yeah.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Kennedy. I want to know if y'all as actors, if there is anything else in life that you would have liked to pursue other than voice acting, like any other career choices that you were considering.
Ironically, I want to work on a ship.
No.
No, I'm serious.
Really?
I want to sail. I feel like, I don't know, there's something about the vastness of the blue ocean and just being far away from everything, you know?
Yeah,
Let's just stay usually far away from germs.
Yeah, that's included in the list of things I'd like to be away from right now.
What kind of boat? What kind of ship? There's like sailing, there's, a speedboat.
Maybe like a freight thing, like carrying like Amazon boxes or whatever.
Oh, like a big...
Something
like a
boring.
barge.
Something I don't have to think about.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe
It seems
one.
very stressful, like commandeering a barge.
Well, I'm not commandeering it. I'm just working on it.
You're just hanging out.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm just chilling.
Yeah, you're just chilling. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
No, I don't know. I was kind of all in like maybe too extreme of a way. Like it's something that I found in middle school, and then I found acting again in high school, and I just went for it. I have 2 degrees in acting. It's terrible. Like, I mean, I spent a bunch of money getting. Well, anyway, we don't need to talk about that. But so. It's always something I wanted to do, and I think the reason why that I've identified later is that is something about being a storyteller in some way. So I love to be a part of a story. I mean, I think it's a great gift to be able to do that and have an impact on someone with that story. So if I wasn't acting, I would probably be doing something in that realm, writing, directing, something that I could get behind that I felt was meaningful, and it would be around storytelling in some way. And there's so many ways to do that now. Podcasts, I mean, there's so many ways to be out there and do that. I think story creates connection, and that's what we're all looking for.
I feel like I cycled through all of mine already, and finally landed with voice acting. I was like, yes, this. I've got 2 degrees as well, but they're not in acting. My first one's in Japanese, and the second one's a tech degree. So I was a software engineer for 9 years. I was a translator. I worked in Tokyo at a tech company translating. And I was like, no, I did it. And then I hit acting. I was like, oh, I'm a creative. That's the problem. Okay.
If I wasn't acting, I would own a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see it. Any dream cuisines? Any types?
Yeah, man, an izakaya. I would own the dopest izakaya ever. It would be awesome.
I would be a regular.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would just be sad.
Oh,
Not that, I mean, just like if I wasn't an actor, I don't know.
Be sad?
I think so.
That would be your job?
No.
Now, if my job
got a
would be,
resilient
the
spirit.
dream job outside of this is just, I mean, at that point, if you're not acting, then it's really just anything that doesn't require a name tag.
I feel like you would be like, I feel like you'd have a rock band. I do.
I mean, sure, maybe on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night.
Or at least a roadie. I could see you being a roadie, just leaning against a U-Haul, taking a break.
We can only hope for an anime about a roadie.
I could see you as like a tour manager too.
I just love that we're all just illustrating that we're creatives. Like, I love Kellen. He paints the picture like leaning up against a U-Haul, taking a break. It's awesome. Yeah. we're doing it. We're doing
Now I
the thing.
think man in pictures.
Yes, exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
Thank you for
Great
your
question. Thank you.
Great cosplay.
Hey, what's your name?
Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
Hey, honestly, I was personally debating on whether or not I should ask this question, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
All right. Do you think it would be an interesting take if Deku never got One for All, but instead was trained by the League of Assassins?
Well, it would have certainly changed the opening narration, wouldn't it have?
Now you've opened up basically a yes or no question. So
Okay. No.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a crazy take. I mean, you know, I think it would be a whole different thing for sure.
I think there's an AU online about that, right? Evil Deku? Yeah. It'd be cool. I really think that a cool spin-off would be something like Marvel's What If for all of these kinds of stories. Yeah, I'd love to see that happen.
Establish a multiverse and My Hero Academia. That'd be cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, great question.
There you go.
Hi, Tyler. Hi, cutie.
Hi, what's your name?
Todoroki.
So, my question was, if your character is a hero, how do you think they'd be like as a villain? And if your character's a villain, how do you think they'd be like as a hero?
Same. Todoroki could be the same on both sides.
Can anybody imagine Kirishima as a villain? Like, it just, yeah, that just doesn't. I'm happy to be bad!
I feel like Jiro would be a cool hero, or a cool villain. Cool hero villain.
She is a cool.
Yeah, like she wears leather jackets, like bad guys wear leather jackets in movies. That's all I have.
She
That's not a
sings
good
from
joke.
Grease.
Keep it pushing.
The wild one.
The wild one.
Grease lightning.
I feel like, I mean, yeah, he'd be, you know, kind of an OP hero overall, but I feel like he'd do more good maybe interning with Recovery Girl and maybe taking her spot one day. I feel like that might be a good redemption for him.
I think if Sir Nighteye was evil, like Blue Sky Engineering here, I think he would write banking software that would move, like, embezzle fractions of cents from each trade made on, like, you know, financial software into, like, accounts across different, you know, countries.
Like Office Space.
Would he
Would
use his future vision to see what stocks are going to crash?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thank you, yes. That's a good one.
Redefines insider trading. It's literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do not
Great question.
endorse that.
Oh, no, AU, Blue Sky Engineering.
There you have it. Great cosplay, by the way. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Dakota. I wanted to know what inspired you guys to get into voice acting and just acting in general.
What inspired us to get into voice acting or acting in general?
He's looking at me.
Yours is
We collectively decided that you needed to start. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I didn't start with this.
no, but I studied musical theater and opera in high school
Fair.
and college, but I never thought I would, like, do it. I was just having fun, you know, and then I was like, I have to be an adult and do adult things and have an orchestra that there's nothing creative. You say, because that's how you are.
Whereas we're only adults on our driver's license.
Well, but that's you know, like, if you're growing up, you have things in your head. And so I was away from it for a long time. And then my brother got me back into musical theater. And my partner is a voice actor, J. Michael Tatum. And I was with him. Yeah, J. Michael Tatum, yay! I love him.
Here he is.
Like, literally. You know, but I was like, oh, that's your thing, babe. Oh, I'll go as your +1 to cons. It'll be great, you know, when I'm working on my laptop, writing software and whatever. And my brother got me back in musical theater. And so some of our friends would come to the shows that I did, and Caitlin Glass, I saw some shows I was in, and one time she messaged me and was like, hey, I need a singer. And I know you don't, like, do this, but I really need a singer. Can you do that? I'll teach you everything you do. And I'm like, okay, Caitlin, sure, for you, sure, yeah, whatever. So then I was like, oh, this is fun. This is good. This is nice. This is exciting. I'm gonna be in booths and it's fun. Okay, great. And so that's kind of how I got started. So it was good. So and then I kept doing it, and now here we are.
Absolutely. I started pretty young. I decided this was the career at 13 years old. I wanted to be a children's book author for the earlier times. I have like books and books full of stories and kids next door fan fictions, and you know, you know how it is. But as time went along, the internet evolved, and I went into visual storytelling with animation and stuff. And it's kind of inevitable you find your tribe that way of animators and stuff, and they kept wanting to pull me for acting stuff because they, I don't know, I guess I did what they needed. But more and more I found myself falling in love with that, and I found out that was a career path I could take, so I went for it.
That's awesome.
And I failed. But that's okay. You have to get used to failure in this.
That's true.
Until someone says yes.
So I wanted the same sort of situation. I wanted to be an actor since I was 5. Like my very first journal entry was like, I want to be an actor because I love Shirley Temple and I love singing and dancing and pretending and telling stories. And so I started with my local community theater when I was 9 years old. I started touring with a company when I was 13, which is illegal now. Because, that's illegal. Anyways, so I've just been an actor my whole life, and I went to university, and I was going to be a grown-up. I was going to go to law school, and I was going to have a 401k and all.
You're going to go to law school?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to go to maritime law. I wanted to be a sea law dog. Anyways, that would have been awesome. So I wanted to go into law school, and then a friend of mine, I was in college, so I was broke, because that's your job in college. I was so good at it. And a friend of mine told me about an audition. I was like, no, Jimmy, I don't do that anymore. I'm not going to be an actor. I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a grown-up. I'm going to have all the things. He was like, it pays. I was like, when is it? And so I auditioned, and I was cast, and that was in 2005. And here I am now.
I mean, it's a similar track for me. It was community theater and children's theater as a child at home to deal. My mom put me into that to deal with hyperactivity, and that continued on. I was in bands and did radio work when I got out of high school. I mean, so it's everything that I've done has had something to do with trying to entertain people. It's everything I do ends with hopefully. Which, the first time that happened, I was like, this is awesome. What can I do to get more of that? So it's been an ongoing chase of affirmation. For me?
I'll just be brief because mine is similar to those. My mom was a teacher growing up, and I say I'll be brief, and then I'm like, when I was 4, yes, right? And she said, hey, I'm not paying for childcare this summer, so you and your sister have to go to summer school where I'm teaching. So I was like, all right. She said, you can take whatever classes you want. So I chose drama and basketball and cooking. Those were the 3 classes and I still love all those things. So I found it then, and then in 5th grade I did a play that I kind of found that, people respond to that, or that was funny, or anyway, and I'd been really acting ever since. And someone asked me one time, when things get tough as an actor, what keeps you going? And I like to my answer to that was you have to find some engine that keeps you going when, like Kellen said, you're getting a bunch of no's in a row, or you don't know what the next step is. And so I bring up that to say that, I started early, but it's evolved over years. It's kept me going. You keep asking, what am I doing? Do I like this? Is this fulfill me or whatever? So I trained as an actor in theater and found my way into voice acting and got an audition for an anime and got that and been doing it ever since.
Great question, thank you. All right, we are just about at time. We have one final question. Ryan has one, but you know what? Ryan, why don't you come on up on stage and ask him, because this is a fun one.
Oh.
Look at this handsome guy.
All right, Ryan, what do you want to know?
It's
if you could choose to not meet one character in real life, who would it be?
To not beat?
Not meet My Hero Academia. What's the one My Hero Academia character you'd never want to meet in real life?
Oh.
Toga. I don't want to meet Toga.
I don't want to meet Shigaraki. I love that character, but I don't want to meet him.
I don't think I really want to meet Endeavor in real life, you know? just don't know why. I mean, yeah.
Oh, Overhaul. Yeah. Terrifying to me. Yeah, I mean, Kellen is very much unlike Overhaul. I just want to make that out. That Kellen's marvelous.
Don't touch me.
But okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But Overhaul would be terrifying. Like, oh my gosh.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Ooh.
I think Toga might make me uncomfortable. I don't know, I'm kind of introverted already, kind of stumbling through this life as it is. That might be the one thing that knocks the Jenga tower over, you know?
Thank you so much for your question, young man.
Round of applause for Ryan, everybody!
Yes. Hey, all right, man, we'll see. Thank you. If it's okay, can I ask a question? Or get a favor from you guys? Is that cool? I mean, this doesn't happen often, but I would really love it if I could get everybody on the count of 3 to make this sound, right? You hear that? And then just do it over and over again. All right, you ready? Go. Oh, wait, no, wait. I did a picture. Okay, go, everybody. Thank you. I imagine that's what it sounds like in a fish tank. That's just... That's what I'm gonna guess.
Raleigh Galaxycon 2022!
What's going on, everybody? My name is Soul, and I'm the guy who was holding the camera to that panel you just watched. I am a fan of My Hero Academia. I fucking love anime. I talk about it all the time. I have a couple My Hero Academia videos, reading the manga, all the good stuff. So if you're a fan, My Hero, anime, check out my channel. But if you want to nerd out with me and go plus ultra, subscribe, do all those things that make my brain happy, and until next time with that, I leave you.